Peace, family. Come on in. Just want to do a little short little bill with the massive and crew, with the family. You know what I'm saying? Been a minute since I've been on here. Yes, 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 my brothers and sisters. I've been having a little issue with my cell phone. These jokers done hacked my Facebook account. Yo, the censorship is real right now for the Muslim gods. Like, hard body. Is real. Super duper. Y'all come on in. Peace, family. Assalamu alaikum. Peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. It's your big brother Fahiym, aka Day Son of Law, back again with a short bill for everybody. This is the 4th of July, the holiday weekend, 4th of July. Everybody's in town. People are celebrating, some of the festivities and stuff going on around the city. And, it's good to see, black people come together and congregate, like that Psalms from the Bible, how good and pleasant it is for us, brethren and sistren to dwell together, what I'm saying, in peace and love and unity, you know what I mean? Anytime we can do that, for any one of these, holiday hell days, that the white man has for our people, it's good to take advantage of that, you know. Today or this weekend, we're, embarking on, the 4th of July. So I want to say to everybody out there, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. I know y'all probably like, happy Independence Day. I thought you don't mess with the hell days, the devil, the white man's hell days. What you talking about? Happy Independence Day. This is actually one of the holidays that the white man has that we actually recognize in the Nation of Islam. And as 5%ers, the 5%ers in the Nation of Islam, speak for them. I can't really speak for other sects or groups of 5%ers and what they uh, you know, uh, teach or believe in, or whatever the case may be, or what they, propagate. But the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us, his students in the Nation of Islam and the Muslim God, 5%ers, whether you in the nation or not registered in the nation, he said basically on July 4th is a day that we celebrate our independence. Likewise, the white man is studying his or celebrating his independence as well. But what's the difference between the two? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the white man's independence, July 4th, 1776, was a celebration to show how America was now its own independent nation. They've broken away from the British rule or from England, and now they've, pretty much all of the colonies and stuff that were over here, now they all basically united to form a government, the United States of America. And that was done July 4th, 1776. That bill was, that declaration or whatever, was signed. Our people, July 4th, 1776, in the hills or in the hells of North America, we were in chattel slavery still. We were still picking cotton. You know what I'm saying? If we were in the West Indies or whatever, we was out there picking sugarcane, chopping sugarcane or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like working in the field. busting up our fingers and hands, working for the beast, building his nation. You know what I'm saying? Which is a prophecy, but we were building his world, his new world, right? So, like other ignorant Black American people over here in this country, July 4th celebration, we don't indulge, with the white man, we don't, acquiesce to what they say, the 4th of July is, and now we put on the paraphernalia, the clothing, we got red, white, and blue on, we got our flag, we got our, no. I tell Black people all the time, that look at the Confederate flag and they, with such hate and believe it or not, that flag only flew for about 4 to 6 years of us being in chattel slavery. But the United States flag, that was the one that flew. They heisted that up, and that flew the majority of the time while we were in slavery. So if you have such a disdain or hate in your heart, I'm talking to Black American people, if you got this disdain and this hate in your heart and malice for the Confederate flag, what are you doing walking around with an American flag? Red, white, and blue. Singing the Star Spangled Banner, and that's an even bigger violation at the end of the day. It kills me sometimes when I hear Black people say, oh, we can't prove that we was all brought over here as slaves because, see, they ain't never find no slave ships. There ain't no documentation on that, so we was already over here. They didn't bring us over here, They kill me with this. But that's a half truth. Because yes, there were some of our people, and a good bit. There was a good people, a good amount of people over here in the wilderness of North America during that time. And we had our own government, the Native Americans. That is a fact. That's an actual fact. But yet and still, that doesn't negate the fact that they brought our ancestors in slavery and dropped us off over here in the Americas, Central and South America, and in North America. So we got documentation. It's not a farce. We got what is that? The movie, what was that movie? Amistad? Isn't that documentation? The Amistad was a ship that went to Africa and stole Africans and was bringing them over here to, I think it was either going to France, they were taking them, or they were bringing them over here. I can't remember where they were going, but the ship was a big insurrection, and a lot of the sailors, the white devils on there was killed. You know what I'm saying? And the black guards that was on there, they tried to fight for their life. But the ship was ultimately captured and then brought into custody along the U.S. borders. And I want to say, what was it, John Adams, the former president, who hadn't held a case in decades, you know what I'm saying? But he represented them, I want to say, on that case. They did the whole movie. Y'all seen Amistad. It's been a whole long time since I've seen it, so I can't really remember every detail about it. But that's a documented event that showed an actual slave ship coming over here. It showed the financiers of that slave ship, the so-called Jews, right? So we have documentation of slavery and white people unjustly bringing black people over here to America. So it just kills me every time I hear that, when black folks say that. It can't be proven. We don't know. We ain't seen no slave. Where the slave ships at? I ain't seen not one shackle. Where's it? I'm like, bro, are you serious? I remember I had a battle one time, a rap battle, and one of, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said that in a battle, and I'm just like, and I wanted to rebuttal, but you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that July 4th, 1930 is when his students or his followers, the righteous Muslims, the righteous Muslim gods, this is when we celebrate our independence. Because just like America and how she broke away from, Europe and became her own independent nation now, likewise, in 1930, when Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, found us over here, to whom praises are due forever, right? When Master Farad Muhammad found us over here in the wilderness of North America, and on July 4th, on one of the devil's hell days, Allah did it so inconspicuous, he did it so clandestine, so secretively, so opened the doors of the first temple of Islam, Muhammad's Temple of Islam, in Detroit, Michigan, July 4th, 1930. Now, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad didn't join the nation or meet back with his teacher until, September 1931? So, in July 4th, 1930, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad wasn't there, but he understood the significance of that meeting, of that marriage of Allah and his people. He understood that. And he said, this is our independence. Because like how the white man broke away from Europe, we are breaking away mentally and spiritually from the thinking of white people. This was our independence. So now we're an independent God. We gods, we independent now. Right? The white man don't control what goes on in my thinking. I see him as the devil. I see myself as God. The supreme being, black God, me and my people. Everything is put into its proper perspective now. We know who God is. We know who devil is. We understand scripture. We understand prophecy. And what prophecy says will be the ultimate end to the grafted man's world, the white man's world. We see all of this. We see the evil machinations that the white man has been doing, the elite, ever since 1930. Our dear Muslim God brother, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, broke down the testosterone conspiracy, and he said that was the year it commenced, 1930. After they realized, oh shoot, God is here. He done found his people. They know who Master Farad Muhammad was. After a while, they knew who he was, and they knew it was a disguise, the white skin and the white man looking and everything. They knew after a while, but it was too late. He had already planted his seed in his people or into his messenger, who symbolically, spiritually represents the woman or the mother of the nation, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So once the seed was successfully implanted, now he can move off and go on about his business. We independent now. My thoughts and my thinking is not like the white man's thoughts and his thinking. Like Jesus says in the Bible, my thoughts, your thoughts are not as, you're not on my level. There's levels to this God thing. And even though the white man is a God, he's the God of wickedness and evil. There is no good in him. We're the God of righteousness, truth and righteousness, freedom, justice, and equality. That's the Muslim black God. That's us. So by nature, we're in tune with the universe and the universal order and how things work. That's mathematics. So this is the reason why the messenger said Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam. All things can be proven in no limit of time. It's just, are you willing to put in the time or put forth the time and the effort to study and learn? So every year, 4th of July, as 5%, we know in the Nation of Islam that, yeah, happy Independence Day, brother. You know, this is the 4th of July. This is the day that we gained our independence in thinking from the white man. Prior to this, we thought heaven was up in the clouds and hell was under the ground, and you know, the little red man down there with the pitchfork and the big white guy up there with the gray hair, blonde hair, blue eyes, or whatever. You know, it was a skewed, you know, thoughts that we had, spooky thoughts, basically. So Allah came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, to reverse and change that thinking of the black man and make us a god, like we supposed to be gods, right? So I just wanted to hit the people up today with just that little short bill. And inshallah, I hope everybody enjoys their 4th of July celebration. We don't try to celebrate the same exact way as the Caucasian man. You know, shooting off fireworks is no reason, because when he does that, that's just symbolizing the war and the bloodshed. If you listen to the Star Spangled Banner, especially the original version that talked about us, but when you listen to the Star Spangled Banner, it's like almost like drill music. You know what I mean? Like what rappers do, talking about killing niggas and who you ran a drill on. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? You know, you see bombs and stuff blowing up, and, you know, and I mean, yeah, it was written during a time of war, when the white man was trying to war with other independent nations or other sovereign nations, trying to, move in on them, if you will. So yeah, we need to study that. But at the end of the day, family, happy Independence Day, happy 4th of July, July 4th, 1930, the day that God discovered his people, or God found his people. I'm going to just put it like that. The day when God found his people. I know to some people, they probably hear that statement as like, how could God ever lose anything? That doesn't make any sense. How God found his people. It's just your understanding of what God is. You know, spooked out people just think of a big floating being, like I said, with gray hair or blonde hair, blue eyes, floating. Oh, I see everything. I know everything. They just so spooked out with it. They don't understand that every individual has to grow in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because a baby isn't born knowing everything. So being that they can't fathom God as being a baby, they don't, that went over their head, what I said. So, but at the end of the day, July 4th, 1930 is the day when God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, found his people over here in the wilderness of North America. He came and he redeemed us and taught us the true knowledge of ourselves and our people and our origin in this world, in this universe. For real, from a single cell. Allah taught that the black man built himself up from out of nothing. So these are our teachings, and I hope everybody stays safe and try not to indulge in too much of the devil's madness that he has going on the 4th of July. But if you can, spend that time with family, friends, and teach them the truth. Drop knowledge. Drop them jewels on them. Let them know who they are and who you are. And with that, family, I want to say peace to the gods, peace to the earths, and all of the righteous families of the planet. Assalamu alaikum.